Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We're in Dubai ahead of tomorrow night's show here at the Space. I'm delighted to be joined by trainer Jamie Moore.
Hi mate, okay?
I'm alright mate, chilled out as always Jamie.
As always mate.
So the big return of the quiet man, Stephen Ward. Short notice, but yeah, what do you know about the opponent, Jurgen?
Got offered two and a half weeks ago, or 2.5 weeks notice to the fight, to see if Stephen would fancy it. I'd never seen Jurgen before, watched a few tapes of him. He's a solid fighter, good strong kid coming forward. Always put your phone on silent when you're doing interviews.
That's a tune, that is, Huey Lewis.
Back to the future. And yeah, it's not an easy fight by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fight that Stephen's capable of winning. He's always in good shape, and he came over. We had 1 week of hard training, and he was much fitter than I anticipated he would be. So yeah, he's got a chance.
Obviously, we spoke about it with Stephen yesterday. Had that 2 years out. Had that exhibition in there with Thor somewhere in the middle of that. But a win over Jurgen tomorrow night. Where do you think he can go from there after that?
Well, IBF international title, so it'll put him in the top 15 in the IBF rankings, which sets him up nicely for a decent enough fight afterwards. Then, so he's got the opportunity at this stage of his career where he probably thought he wasn't going to get this type of chance again, and all of a sudden, 2.5 weeks notice, he gets the opportunity to reignite his career.
Well, yeah, that is live on Fight Zone and The Zone tomorrow night here in Dubai. August 24th, that's going to come up pretty quickly, isn't it? Yeah,
what is it, like 6 weeks now? It's good, I'm glad for Jack. You know, it's been a long time coming. It's great that he's active. You can see he's improving because he's active. His conditioning's getting better and better because that ring conditioning is so vital. And Prograis, hell of a fighter, but he's one what I've always said. You know, even I've watched his fight with Josh Taylor so many times because of the preparation for Jack, and I always felt that it was a style which would be really suited for Jack. So obviously the same again. It's a hard fight. It's the type of fight what I think Jack needs at this stage of his career, because there's no point in him just treading water and waiting for a world title shot, because that doesn't do him any good. And I think he's more likely to take his eye off the ball against a lesser opponent than he is against someone like Prograis. So, but I feel like he's gonna look really good against Prograis. I really do.
Prograis is one of them fighters that we know his style kind of pretty much blends with a lot of fights. This cannot disappoint to be a great fight, can it?
No, exactly. And I think the rematch with Taylor was a surprise to everyone. I think it caught fire much better than they anticipated after the first fight. And this again is going to be one of those fights where you know what Prograis is going to do. He's going to come, he's going to bring it, he can punch. So we've got to be careful. Jack's got to be really smart with it, but he's also got to, at times, get his respect. Maybe have a bit of a dogfight with him and hold his ground and make sure that it doesn't allow Prograis to dictate the pace.
Will Cameron be on that bill?
No, Cameron's not on that bill. He's looking at September, they're talking about, and they did mention, apparently they've mentioned him going to America, so that'll be nice for him, bit of experience. I think that fight against Jeff Afford is going to have given him so much experience after only 5 fights, especially, you know, learning how to navigate them 10 rounds and get through sticky situations during the fight. So yeah, I think the next 12 months you're going to see him improve a hell of a lot.
The Flynn fight dead?
I don't know. Initially, we got told that he was going to be out for a long time. So at that point, I thought, yeah, he's probably dead in the water. We was talking about him moving up to 140 after that, but then the way he made the weight last time, and so it was, a 40 fight was at 140, but he was so easy for him. So it's looking like he'll probably stay at lightweight for another 2 or 3 fights. So if Flynn is back before then and it makes sense, then great, and if not, then it is what it is.
Just before I let you go, just a couple of kind of stuff unrelated to you, but we'd like to get your opinion on stuff, Jamie. Canelo-Eubank, thoughts?
Well, He's been spoke about for a long time, and obviously a lot of it's come from Eubank's side wanting the fight with Canelo, and it never sort of made sense. And I think the only way it's a little bit viable is because he's got a good win against Liam Smith last time. You're getting to the point. Canelo's one of those where he's just been and fought everyone around. There's a couple of fights who people have called him out for a long time, and the fights haven't happened. But why not? If he doesn't get the fight now, he'll never happen. He's going to get to the point where he'll those sort of fights where you want a big fight, it doesn't materialise. Sometimes it's just so frustrating. But he's put himself in a position where why not? I don't see why not. I'd like to see that fight. Stylistically, it's a good fight. I think he'd have to be right in his game to even push Canelo close. But he's put himself in a position to at least be in the reckoning for it.
Well, if Eubank does fight Canelo, that will be Canelo's 9th Brit that he's faced and beaten. 9th. Well, that's if he beats him, obviously, but that will be his 9th fight he would have had against someone from our way.
Yeah, some fighter. And
it all started with Ryan Rhodes, actually. I think Ryan Rhodes was the first on this, or was it Matthew Hatton? I can't remember which one was first.
Well, let's have it right. When Ryan beat me in an eliminator for the WBC title, and if that was the case, then I'd have fought Canelo. So I'm actually glad Ryan won, because he'd have punched my fucking head in at that stage of my career. So,
well, you never know. You never know. But yeah, that was the start of the road of his. Should we do it?
Go on.
Right. Matthew Hatton, Ryan Rhodes, Amir Khan, Callum Smith, Billy Joe Saunders. That's 5. Rocky Fielding, 6. This is not in order, by the way. Liam Smith, 7.
One more. I know. John Ryder.
8. And Eubank will be 9.
Yeah. We did it. How have I remembered that? I can't remember my own name sometimes.
Last one. September 21st, obviously, we'll see Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Do you think people are being a little bit too dismissive of, or some people, I'm speaking to AJ inside this, AJ inside that, are they being too dismissive of Dubois in this fight?
I think so. He deserves a bit more respect than I've seen people giving him. But at the same time, I do believe that AJ will look good eventually. I think he'll have problems early on. Dubois' jab's really, really good. He's learnt from his losses and he's come back better for it. Great performance last time. The only worry for me, if I was in his corner, would be that the amount of right hands he got hit with. You don't want to be getting hit with that many right hands off AJ. But he's definitely with a shot, and he can punch himself. It's not just like there's only one of them who's a puncher in there. So it's a great fight, I think, and he's probably come a year or so too early, because. But if he didn't take the chance, it'd never come, because it's a big fight, it's a big payday for him. He's probably come a year so too early, in my opinion, but he's definitely in with a shot.
Look at him at being 26. He probably has one of the best current heavyweight boxing resumes there is at 26, because he's fought, when you look through his record, obviously he had the losses to Joyce and Usyk, but his record of who he's fought is actually up there with quite a lot of them heavyweights.
Yeah, and you can't not improve. That's what I mean. Like, people question his heart and stuff like that in the past, and how can you question someone who's a fighter first and foremost? I mean, there's the odd occasion, very, very rarely, where someone will take a knee or go down, or they won't carry on, and I'll start questioning it, and I think, you could have done better there. But he's in there with unbelievably good fighters. Joe Joyce at the time was an absolute machine. Usyk, there was all the controversy surrounding it, but ultimately I just think that he's going to learn from those things. He was a lot younger, and then he's put him in a position now where he's talking about fighting AJ, and people are they're not totally dismissing him, which is actually he's a really good sign. I just feel like AJ is probably in the best form of his career at the minute.
The waiting is just about to start, so I'll let you go and be with your fighter. Jamie Moore, thank you very much to IFLTV, and we'll catch up with you after Stephen's fight tomorrow night.
Cheers, Q. Nice one, mate.
Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.